Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today with two different variations of minor decks, one with other legendaries and one, as you can see here, without. Now both of these minor decks have previously came in first and second place in a recent tournament I hosted. We'll take a look at those results in just a second. I am tempted to try out the log in this deck instead of the fire spirit, so maybe what we'll do is we'll include the fire spirits or we'll just rotate cards in this one slot. I don't want to do too many log replays, or I should say live attacks for you guys, because I know a lot of you don't have one, but it's also a popular request. So we'll kind of alternate on that deck. In that card slot, we'll swap in maybe some ice spirits and some other cards and see how they work in that spot. So here are the decks. You can see I got them directly from this tournament, first and second place, and they both have these they're very interesting and useful minor decks. Minor decks are so popular. If you're curious, this was the third place deck. None of these attackers have changed their decks since the tournament, in case you guys were wondering. So let's go ahead and start out with this deck, and we'll go ahead and swap out the log because, well, let's just try to stay true to what the deck actually was, the winning deck, and then maybe we'll play around with the log later on in the episode. It's going to be a longer one, guys. We're in a tournament right now. We're just going to go ahead and open it up right now, and it will fill hopefully within 2 seconds. Of course, it always does. So you can see we are full. We should be full right now, and we're just going to go ahead and start things out, and we'll, like I said, we'll alternate between the decks, and hopefully you can pick up a tip or two along the way. Last time I did this, alternating two different decks, a lot of you guys really enjoyed the video, so let's go ahead and do it again today. What do you say? All right, so we're in the first match, obviously. I'm just going to start out with the Furnace here, and he plays the Furnace. Well played, sir. So it's going to be Furnace on Furnace crime here, and ooh, a lot of live viewers here, 11 at the moment. So let's try to make sure we don't make any obvious screw-ups here. So I'm gonna fireball right here because I was at full elixir and I wanted him to make the first offensive play against this giant here. We're just gonna go ahead and get the mini P.E.K.K.A. Hey, let's mini P.E.K.K.A. and then minion horde. It can never be too safe here on these big giant attacks. Giants can do a lot of damage, and now at least I can get something going on the other end with this minor, and maybe I could have zapped those spear goblins there, but either way, hopefully the minor reaches the tower. Does he? No, of course, I zap when it's too late, of course. So that was not what we wanted to have happen there, but we still got a few hits on that tower, so I'm not going to whine too much about my little misplay there with that zap. It looks like at this point we can just reload here, but before I put down the Furnace, I'm going to put down spear goblins and see what he does to counter these. It's not going to be much, and I do get a few hits on that tower. I think just one spear landed, but hey, in my mind, that was a win. When I play the spear goblins in any deck, I do like to kind of sneak them in maybe once or twice throughout the match, just as a purely offensive kamikaze move, especially when I'm on full elixir. So here again, we're going to go ahead and defend with this giant using the mini P.E.K.K.A. Then I'm going to put the minor down as soon as I have the elixir. So now we have minor fire spirits and mini P.E.K.K.A. I have the zap ready. I'm going to go ahead and use the zap. Again, I probably wasted that zap there. But again, I got a few hits on that tower, and my mini P.E.K.K.A. does not. But we're chipping away slowly but surely on that right tower right now, so I'm pretty happy. His offensive pushes aren't doing much to me. In fact, they're not doing really anything. I'm able to counter his giant combo. I'm not sure what he's trying to combo with that giant, to be honest with you. He hasn't gotten that far into his push, so he poisons me. I'm going to go ahead and fireball him again, and again, we'll go ahead and get this minor down. Here comes this giant again, getting predictable at this point. We've pretty much traded off the same offensive moves here, and it's one for me. It's been a win for me the first 3 or 4 times we've done it now, so it continues to hopefully be a win for me. There's only 20 seconds left in this match, so it's not the best win in the history of the world. We don't even know exactly what he's trying to do with this deck. But either way, we were able to shut down this giant, even with the poison combo, using the mini P.E.K.K.A. primarily. We're going to go ahead and zap here. He's actually getting a few hits on me here, so thankfully the match is ending, so we can go ahead and win and move on. So either way, I probably would have been able to stop that push there, but he had something going on towards the end of that match. GG. Okay, let's go ahead and switch decks to the second deck, and then we'll go ahead and play again. So let's try to keep track of the record with each deck here. It's going to be probably difficult. I'm going to get them confused, but we are 1-0 with the first deck so far this video. Now let's go ahead and concentrate here on our second match with our new deck. It is a little confusing, I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't played either of these decks specifically up until this recording here. Okay, we're going against a Royal Giant deck. Let me just zap and Mini P.E.K.K.A. real quickly on this RG. The Princess will take care of the rest of those minions, and then I want to get this miner down. It's not gonna... did he just get there in time? Yes. So that is what I like to see. He uses an Inferno Tower right in front of the tower. Kind of a desperate move there. Had to do something, and my Mini P.E.K.K.A. still gets to that left tower, so that was good. So as I was saying, I haven't actually played either of these decks exactly, but I am very, very fond of miner decks and hog decks. Obviously, I've played a lot of different variations, so I think I have the know-how, at least, to have the basics of these decks, although I certainly have not got my reps in. So you can see we tested him there with the Hog Rider, and again, the Wizard cleans up, and we take the tower down really, really early, so that was a very, very good start to this match by us here. So let's go ahead and reload here, but keep the pressure on with the Princess in the right here. Especially when I have the lead, I like to get a little aggressive with my Princess, and if she can get 2 or 3 hits in, I consider it a win. And you can see here, she got 4 hits on that tower. That's a lot of hit points off that tower just for 3 elixirs. So now we're kind of caught off guard by this Royal Giant. I played the Mini P.E.K.K.A. in the right, as you can see, instead of defending on the left, but I do get another 2 hits, I think, with that Mini P.E.K.K.A. on that right tower. So we're certainly well in the lead here, as we do have more hit points off his right tower than he has off our left. So let's keep the pressure going here and just drop a Hog Rider. I don't want him to be able to cycle continuously to that Royal Giant, so I want to keep him on his defensive toes. He just spent 5 elixir, obviously, defending there against my Hog. That was a good win for us, and the Princess was able to defend against those minions in the left, and I'm going to go ahead and miner right now to get another few hits off on this right tower, but I have full elixir. Let's do something here. I'm going to cannon to defend against the left, anticipating his Royal Giant. Let's Ice Wizard the Royal Giant in Mini P.E.K.K.A. There's no way he gets a hit on my tower at this point. Let's zap to add a little bit of delay there to that Giant, and then we get the right tower down as well. That's what I want to have happen here. So this is a really, really nice deck. Obviously, it does have the 3 legendary cards, the Princess, the Ice Wizard, and the Miner, so not all of you are going to be able to use this combination, but the other deck is obviously very useful as well. So it looks like we're going to start out this video 2-0, 1-0 on each deck. Now that is the kind of start I'm looking for here. Wasn't able to take down his King Tower there. Very close we got, but no cigar. So let's go ahead and switch decks again. I gotta remember not to forget to keep switching my deck back and forth, and I gotta remember what deck I'm actually playing with. By the way, Ice Wizard in my shop today, guys, but I'm not gonna buy any. I've really calmed down on the gemming in Clash Royale. I have not spent any gems other than just critting tournaments, which I actually spend a lot on, but I do a $10 tournament on Twitter every day, and as you guys know, I do a $5 tournament for every Clash Royale upload. So now let's put in the log in this deck, and what we're going to do here is try this deck with the log. Hopefully he's playing the Princess, because obviously the log, you guys might or may not know by now, but the log out in matchmaking, a level 1 log will not kill a level 3 Princess, I believe. You can see I'm coming hard out the gate there with the Miner skeleton, Spear Goblins, excuse me. If I have the Spear Goblins and the Miner in my opening hand, I'll go ahead and use it oftentimes right off the bat there. So the log is actually going to come in pretty handy here. I'm going to protect my furnace. Not sure if I really needed it there, but hey, maybe we're just looking for an excuse to cycle the log. Let's go ahead and use the Miner against this left elixir pump. That is a good win in my book there. We're going to be really aggressive with the Miner against elixir collectors, so definitely keeping that in mind. I'm going to have to Spear Goblin over here on the left to defend against these minions and get the Mini P.E.K.K.A. down on this Royal Giant. He's going to get a few hits on my furnace. In fact, he took out my furnace there. Now we're just going to try to get some more damage to this left tower now. Not too much, but I'll take it. A few Spear Goblin hits is always a win in my book. Let's go ahead and re-up the furnace here, just waiting till my elixir is a little bit heavier. There's really no reason to rush the Furnace play until you can see what he plays. Look at that. See, if I had obviously placed the Furnace beforehand, he would never have placed Barbarians right in line with my Furnace. So that was perfect there, and you can see my Furnace didn't even end up taking a hit at all there. So again, we're going to combo the Miner and the Spear Goblins. We're going to zap these minions, and this is a lot of damage on this right tower here. That was really nice offensively. You can see we're keeping him on his toes, and he's not able to get that Royal Giant down at all against us, although he might play one right here. Let's see what he does. Let's just hold off. Here's the Royal Giant, so this is going to be pretty easy to counter here. We're just going to mini P.E.K.K.A, and of course he has Fire Spirits, but that's not going to be enough damage to take out my mini P.E.K.K.A. I'm just going to go ahead and use the Furnace in the left lane now, because we'll easily be able to chip away at this right tower. We have the Fireball if we need to. So I did the log there, probably an ill-advised log, but I did do half the damage to that tower. I don't think it does the enough hit points to totally take down that right tower right now. Defending. I'm just going to Miner on the left, though. There's no reason to waste a lot of attack power on that right tower at this point. And you can see my minions. Ooh, I was going to say my minions are going to get to this tower, but they just barely missed. Is it enough? Oh, no. Okay. I wasn't sure how much crown tower damage that the log does to towers. Apparently, it's about 80 damage. So let's go ahead and not do that again. So now we get it down with a Miner, and the match is almost over already. Only 10 seconds left. So that was a fast match with this deck, and it was a fast win. So I feel pretty good about it. Hope you guys do too. I'm curious, by the way, guys, if you have a Miner deck that you guys absolutely love, and let me know in the comments below, because I am looking for new combinations. I love using the Furnace with Miner decks, as you can see in this combo, this replay, I should say. But also, this deck is pretty interesting too. So now we're 3-0, 2-0 in the first deck, the Furnace deck, and or the log / Furnace / Fire Spirit deck, and then we're in 6th place too, so not too bad. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other deck. As you can see, we are ready to go with the Legendary deck, and this one with the Hog Rider, so a little bit more of an aggressive deck than the other deck. This deck, obviously, you're not relying on that Furnace defensively, a little bit less control in the tempo, as you do have to keep the tempo going in this deck for sure. He plays a Valkyrie right out the gate here. He might be using the Trifecta deck. He uses a Poison as well. I am going to guess it's a Trifecta deck, so let's go ahead and be very, very subtle here in our defense, and then go aggressive in the offense. So we have the Ice Wizard defended, and now I'm playing the mini P.E.K.K.A. Am I going to get... Yeah, he's going to get a couple hits at that. Cannon placement there was probably very hasty on his part. Let's remain aggressive, and since he doesn't have the cannon up, let's see if he has a counter for my Hog Rider. The mini P.E.K.K.A. did get a couple hits on him, but I got another hit or two on that tower. Now I'm going to play my cannon and hopefully take out his mini P.E.K.K.A. Valkyrie combo push here. The Ice Wizard helping out a lot. Ice Wizard defensively, guys, is absolutely amazing. Very, very, very beast mode defensive card, the Ice Wizard. So, what did he... I can't even tell what he has on the... Okay, a Wizard. I couldn't even see what that was for a second there. So, a Wizard defensively. I'm not too scared about that with this deck. I do have the mini P.E.K.K.A. up, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop the mini P.E.K.K.A. on the Wizard. I don't even think I really need it, to be honest with you, but yeah, let's hold off here for a second, because I don't want the mini P.E.K.K.A. to go on defense from that Wizard and then right onto that cannon. So let's just be patient here, and Hog Rider in the left lane, basically because that cannon in the right lane. So let's zap. We'll probably get 2 hits on this tower here. 1, 2, yeah, so okay, we'll take that, and let's make a cannon of our own, and hopefully this mini P.E.K.K.A. will be down, and we can readjust and focus on that right tower a little bit as well. So let's get the Miner on the right tower here. Prince now. I don't have any like guards. That's the one thing about this deck that I feel like it's asking for is guards, or guards are such a great weapon, especially against Sparky, and that's my one worry. We'll probably go against a Sparky deck because it's so popular right now. Again, a cannon plate over there. I'm not sure why he's doing that, but we'll probably go against a Sparky in a bit, and that's one thing I am worried about with this deck. I love having guards to counter Sparkies in tournaments, because it seems like I run into at least 3 Sparky decks in the top 10 of all the tournaments I do. So definitely, okay, by the way, really kind of losing losing my concentration on this match here. So I almost am losing my right tower as well, as this Prince and Valkyrie are charging my tower. I'm just gonna spam everything I have left. Luckily that Prince died, because I kind of lost track there. I just kind of started talking about Sparky too much, and I almost lost my right tower. So we'll say good luck, good game, and then we'll remember to switch decks to the alternate deck, and we will see how high we can get. We are now 2-0 with both decks, so that is good. Let's go ahead and swap out the log, though. I did want to do one log game for you guys, because so many of you were requesting one, but we don't want to overdo it. So let's go ahead and get the the Ice Spirit in there, and that's going to help us cycle with this deck, just kind of trying to keep track of what the other top players are playing in case I'm matched up with them. I am not, so it looks like another Sparky deck, but I'm not sure what this guy's playing. So this is an interesting starting hand here. I'm going to Spear Goblin right off the bat to cycle over to the Minion Horde, and then we'll see what he does. I have a great defensive hand at this point. Ooh, Baby Dragon. Interesting right now. So I'm going to play the Ice Spirit because I need to get something on the board here. Let's get Furnace to distract the Baby Dragon. Don't see a lot of Baby Dragon action in these tournaments. Kind of scared about that. An air deck here. How good is this deck against air? It should be able to hold its own, I think, because we do have the Minion Horde and Spear Goblins, and we don't have Princess, though, in this deck. I'm getting the two decks confused, guys. Sorry. So let's just go ahead and be a little bit aggressive here. See what he has as an answer or a counter to the Minion Horde. Does he have Zap or arrows? Oh, of course, we know he has Baby Dragon. That was a good Baby Dragon placement there. I was able to do about half damage to him, but I got barely, 2 or 3 shots off on his Crown Tower. So we're going to have to Fireball here. There's not really a lot of other options. Ah, darn. I thought that the P.E.K.K.A would die there. I would have been prepared to use the Spear Goblin there. You can see I had it over the screen, but I didn't think the P.E.K.K.A would make it to my tower, and he did. Darn. Okay, so let's go ahead and reload here with the Furnace. This guy has an interesting deck. Baby Dragon, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Spear Goblins. What else has he played so far? I don't even know. A Giant as well. So it looks to be like a pretty standard Giant deck. A Giant Minor Baby Dragon deck. Very interesting. We'll take a look at this deck, or at least we'll find out what this deck is. So I didn't really have anything to counter that Minor there. I just had the Ice Spirit, and I probably should have used it. So I don't like all the damage that he's done to my right tower here at all. I guess I'm gonna go. I was gonna do the same combo there with the Minion Horde and the Minor, but I'm kind of worried about him just playing that Baby Dragon, and there it is. So he has a pretty good counter to what I'm trying to do here. My major offensive weapons in this deck. So I'm gonna Minion Horde way back here, hopefully in safety, well over in. Oh, ooh, those arrows too, man, that hurt. Okay, so I can't do anything with this deck now. Okay, I have 2 Baby Dragons. I'm going to have to Fireball the Baby Dragons and at least end the madness for a little bit here. And he's coming at me really aggressively with another Giant, so not liking this match so far, guys. A Mini P.E.K.K.A countering my Minor. I was trying to do a little bit of... Oh, guys. He arrows right. I hate when that happens. When you place a troop and the arrows come after the troop, and then he arrowed my Minion Horde. I think 1 or 2 of them survived, but that was not what we wanted to have happen there. He's going to win this match, so this is going to be our first loss of the day. Good game, man. I think he must have some kind of spells, does he? Yeah, he has arrows. So he's going to arrow, and that's going to be a game set match there. So that is our first loss. Very well played there. Interesting deck with the... I found it very hard to counter the arrows and the Baby Dragon with this deck. So let's go ahead and switch decks. So now that deck is 2-1, and this deck is 2-0, I believe. I'm already losing track of how many matches we've played here. But let's go ahead and continue with the winning deck, the deck that has not lost yet. At least I know that much. So right off the bat here, we're going to go ahead and Fireball this Elixir Collector. I hate to be so super aggressive with a Fireball right off the bat, but my hand wasn't that great. And for him playing the Elixir Collector, I think it's a better move just to go ahead and play it safe defensively and play that Fireball. So the 2 Princes coming at me here, I'm just going to go ahead and rely heavily on, what did I say, the best defensive card in the game, the Ice Wizard. You can see him doing his thing there. 2 Princes. princesses, and he's basically able to shut them down with the help of a little bit of a miner and princess helping him out defensively. So let's sneak in the Hog Rider on the right. He has an Ice Wizard of his own, but I'm still going to get 2 or 3 hits on this right tower with that Hog Rider. So I like this. I have a decent amount of damage on the right tower. The princess, he does not counter this princess, and now she's gotten like 4 or 5 hits on this left tower. So this is good value out of this princess. Look at the princess go, guys, on the left. She is totally taking out that tower all on her own. You have to have an answer for these princesses, guys. Okay, the mini P.E.K.K.A gets to the tower on the right. He's going to get a hit or 2 on my left tower, but I'm not too concerned with that at this point. I'm just still beside myself with that mini P.E.K.K.A, excuse me, the princess on that left tower. So you can see I zapped his princess because I knew I was only going to be able to get 1 shot on her before my princess died. So I'm kind of tempted to put that princess back on the left and see if he counters it this time, but I'm thinking he's probably learned from his mistake there, and now he's coming at me with the P.E.K.K.A. So I'm going to put the princess actually in the right-hand lane, and she'll just support from afar. I'm assuming he's going to do a double prince push over here, so I'm just going to get ready with the Ice Wizard in the back. I'm going to need this cannon in a second here. I'm going to use the miner as well defensively. Obviously, miner with much more hit points than a mini P.E.K.K.A. So now we're going to place the mini P.E.K.K.A, and we're just going to zap here, and I'm going to put a second Ice Wizard on the board. This is going to be a really solid defense here against the P.E.K.K.A and the Princess, the PPP push there. So I don't think he even got a hit on my left tower, so that was pretty good here. There's only 30 seconds left in the match, and I'm going to go ahead and place a Hog Rider here, see if we can take down this left tower. I saw I had 2 Ice Wizards on their own in that lane, so I thought maybe the Hog could sneak in there, and there's going to be another 2 Prince push here. I got to stay on my game. 20 seconds left, and what the heck am I doing with that cannon? Wow, that was really aggressively to the right, Ash. Way to go. So luckily, we're still going to get this tower down with a fireball here, but still, that was not what we wanted out of that cannon. And did I say we're going to get the tower down? I meant we're going to do a lot of damage to it, but we still need to get a hit with the princess. The princess started this whole thing. Let's see if she can end it here. So princess taking on princess, princess on princess crime, and then the miner is actually going to end it here. Or is the okay, the miner finishes it off there. So victory, but we got a little sloppy there with that cannon. I was trying to basically create a defensive lure over to the right side of the map, but I placed that cannon way too far right. I don't know what I was thinking there. So let's go ahead and play one more match today, and we'll use this deck again, the first deck. We'll keep alternating. I think we're going to go ahead and retire the second deck for this episode, so I think we went 4-0, 3-0, I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and swap in something crazy here, like a bowler in this deck, and see if we can make it work. Now, my bowler's only level 3, so not tournament standard, but we'll have some fun anyway, and we'll see how the bowler is in tournament play. The one thing about, I'm not a big fan of the bowler, to be honest with you guys. I don't use him at all, but we're gonna experiment with him here and see if we can get any kind of success with him. So I'm gonna go be aggressive again right off the bat here, playing the miner and the spear goblins. He had a very fast zap. I'm gonna play minion horde right now with my zap ready. And he has a fireball. Bummer. Okay, I thought that, you know, sometimes people only carry zap, one direct damage spell in their decks, and oftentimes obviously you're not gonna have both zap and fireball both ready to go in your hand. So a Sparky deck, oh no. Let's see how the bowler does against Sparky, guys. I don't know. Let's go ahead and put a bowler way back here. I don't really have any other option to play at this point, so I'm thinking, oh boy, this is going to be interesting here. Royal Giant Sparky combo. I'm going to zap and then put the mini P.E.K.K.A on that Sparky. This is obviously the #1 way to counter Sparky, guys. A lot of you ask me to make a video all about countering Sparky, but it's pretty easy, right? Minion Horde, minions, Dark Prince, guards, because they have those shields that can absorb a blow, or you can use a 1-cost elixir troop like skeletons or ice spirit, or even 2 in goblins and whatnot. And what you can do is you can cause him to fire, and then essentially he'll have to have that 5-second reload time. Then you drop a real troop to take him out during that interim. Obviously you can use a method I just used as well. You can zap, and that will reset the timer, the clock on his fire rate, and then you can immediately drop down a mini P.E.K.K.A and he'll take him out just like we did there. So I like the start to this match. The bowler was not not very impressive defensively there, or offensively for that matter. His pushback effect is really cool, but it's just not needed against the current meta right now. There's not a lot of spawners or huge pushes coming at me. So again, with the Royal Giant and the Sparky, this time I use Minion Horde, but I'm not liking how this is going here. This is not going to be good, guys. I did not get Sparky down. I have to use a miner against Sparky here. We're going to take down Sparky, but it's not the way. He got a lot of damage done on my tower by the Royal Giant there. I had to use Minion Horde there defensively, and he countered with Minion and Zap. So he was able to really do a good job countering my counter. So, and with a Royal Giant deck, that's all. The really skilled Royal Giant players out there, they just are really good at countering whatever the opponent counters at them for their Royal Giant. You can see there the bowler didn't do a horrible job, I guess, but now it's going to be bowler versus Sparky Crime here. I'm going to go ahead and fireball Sparky, do a little bit of damage to him, but the bowler's going to go down real quick there, relying heavily right at this point on my furnace to take out the rest of those barbarians. So I was able to zap the Sparky there, but I'm just not liking the trajectory of this match so far, guys. Now he has the Royal Giant on my right tower, and that's going to be it. I had the miner and the fireball ready on his tower. I think I might have been able to take him down there, but heck, we're going to end this video with a loss, guys, unfortunately. So I think this deck went 3-2 with a few different silly variations. Well, not a few, but we won with the log, we won with the fire spirit, we lost with the bowler, we lost with the ice spirit. So I think we went 2-2 with that deck, and the other deck was undefeated. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. A little bit longer format, but I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, hanging out with me as we played a few matches in this tournament. Wish me luck to complete the tournament, guys. Hope I get first. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.